Cool. Well, we have a new setup.
If you haven't noticed, for anybody watching, we now live in a garage.
Yeah, it's been tough with the industry slowing down and adjustments had to be made.
But it looks good, and it's organized in the back.
Yeah. We
with
got
all of our film stuff.
Got our shoes over here and various props in the back and yeah. Oh, here's Sam. Oh, hey, welcome.
Guys, what is this?
You see what we did to the place?
What happened to our whole set?
We said we'd do a new set.
In a garage?
Like, what's wrong with it?
I mean, there's just a lot going on, no? Like, doesn't this feel like...
I mean, we're scrappy, It's
like,
it's
like
indie,
there's a
shit.
paint, like...
You got to start somewhere. I mean, I took from like the Steve Jobs inspiration of starting in the garage and going out and
this is all our stuff. I mean, we're indie filmmakers. All our indie production supplies are in the background. It only makes sense, Who are we kidding? We're trying to...
Gonna bring the indie nut?
Yeah.
Get in.
Why
here.
are you holding a glass?
60, I don't know.
Get in here.
All right.
Well, sit down. Get in here.
Season 4, I guess.
Yeah.
Season 4.
Plug in.
Right.
I guess we close the garage door now.
Yeah. Don't you have the thing?
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go. Our new set and journey begins.
Yeah.
With great sound already.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
For all you listeners out there.
If this is too echoey or too hot later in the summer, we'll
figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
So, season 4, if you notice some differences, one, it's a garage. We're in a garage now. Big difference. Not for the listeners, I guess. Maybe sometimes if it rains, there will be a difference. So stay tuned for that. Other difference, for any viewers, we got a 2-camera setup. Got a little intimate camera setting for our guest right now is Yannick portraying our guest today. Guest cam and main cam. And I don't know, we got a pretty cool lighting setup, I think. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
these are our genuine art supplies back here and production supplies. So, this is
To prove that we actually do work on
This is the proof.
set.
Yeah.
and this is
real.
This is a real plant.
It's a real spider plant. Let's do our little intro. Let's just say we're Indie Not Podcast, and that's who we are. And I'm Yannick, and
There's Hayden.
This is Sam.
Wait, are we doing the names at the end?
Oh, yes. Wait.
Okay. Maybe we do.
Hold
Maybe we do.
on. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
We're getting back to it.
We're getting back to it.
We're Indie Not Podcast. Welcome. Let's get into it.
We're Indie
That's
Not.
like a news channel or something.
Okay, but the
Yeah,
podcast
and
is
this
called
album.
Haven't Made It Yet, but we are Indie Not.
Oh, God. Yeah.
This is
Rusty.
how it goes.
Okay, I really wanted the intro to be smooth and like new because I felt like the stumbling was getting old, but I feel
Stumbling
like
was-
it's just natural. Like we cannot get that, which is
know.
fine. All right.
Whatever, it's the
You know
first
what?
episode without a guest.
We don't have a guest.
Isn't that the
Yeah,
vibe?
we don't need
We're
it.
not.
We're
We're
great.
not in our game time.
It's
It's game
different.
time.
Okay, well, I wanted to premiere our new hot take variation right now, and we're thinking instead of a hot take about something random about the industry, blah blah blah, it could be, what's the last movie you've seen, or an interesting movie you've seen since we talked last?
You remember the last movie you just watched?
I don't remember what I did 30 minutes ago.
All right, TV show.
What did you do 30 minutes ago?
I was cat sitting. Well, that's not a movie. What did I watch? Can someone else go first?
Yeah, I'll go. Well, it's anything, any media, I guess.
Yeah.
I was slightly sick this weekend and just kind of coming over like a little fever head, and I decided I think it was time to watch World War II documentaries because that's
I do that too.
that's what someone in who's going into their 30s does when they don't know what to do with themselves alone in their room. And you know what? I was getting into
This is like the Shane Gillis slope of older white guys turning to Republicans. It's like it starts with being interested in World War II movies.
I don't know if it was the fever, but I was really getting into it.
I do it all the time because when I feel really sick, I watch like really gnarly war movies or whatever because I want to watch something where people are having a worse time than me. You know?
I did have a really good sleep too. So I don't know if I'm quite there into, I guess, like the Republican road yet. But I was definitely engaged for at least 5 minutes until I took a nice little nap.
Wait, so you
woke up to Hitler?
I just simply can't relate from any of this. That's just not.
You're not a white male.
I'm not a white man.
Yeah, you're going to be 30 soon. So
I am going to be 30 soon, but that's not anywhere what I would choose.
There's a version of this for you. We're gonna find it.
I'm speaking my truth.
Sorry, you're right, and I'm listening.
Thanks. I feel heard. Okay.
What was it? Was just random documentaries?
It was, I just turned on World War II in color.
That one.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah, I gotta look that up sometime.
Wait,
yeah.
I remember the film that
It's
I
a
watched.
Peter Jackson one, actually.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Percy Jackson.
I think. Yeah.
What did you
not-
just watch?
Speaking of war, Mickey 17.
Oh, okay. I just saw that.
That's like kind of violent.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was just like, I feel like the performances were excellent. And someone did bring it up to me, which now after watching, before they brought this up to me, before I watched it, but the ending, have you seen the Bee movie?
Yeah, like when I was 11.
Yeah. Have you seen the Bee movie?
I don't think so.
You should watch it. But basically, at the end, this bee wants to become so the gist is like this bee wants to become a lawyer. He doesn't want to be a bee, really like do bee things. And like he, at the end, spoiler, sorry.
For anybody interested.
The Bee movie. And I guess Mickey 17 in a way. It's just kind of like Kumbaya vibes at the end where it's like they succeed and he becomes a lawyer. He lives a very humanistic life that's not bee-like, but he still is very in touch with the bee colony and like transforms the like life of
Did
the
you
rest
make
of the
this
colony.
connection?
No, I told you. Someone else told me this before I watched the movie, and then I sat in there.
And all you could think of was the Bee movie.
Yeah, because when I sat there, I was like, "Oh, this is the ending of the Bee movie."
Oh no!
Like
that would ruin the movie for
like
me.
Mickey is Barry. Like, and I was like,
Jerry Seinfeld.
right, but Barry in the movie.
Barry Bee filled.
Yeah, in the movie or whatever. And so I was like, wow, all of this, it was too long. There was a lot of like, obviously it's like
it was 30 minutes too long.
Yeah, I agree. They should have cut out like maybe like the third act, the last like 20 minutes should have been chopped. But the performances were like I mean, I will watch anything that Toni Collette is in, like her expressions in it. Her whole MO in the entire film that I took away from it is that she loves soup. That woman wants to make soup.
That's her whole arc.
Her whole arc is just like doming.
Sauce.
Yeah, make some sauce. Yes.
This would be great sauce.
Yeah, you're right. It's sauce, it's not soup. It's like doming Mark Ruffalo's character, who is clearly supposed to be like
Mr. President.
Yeah. And sauce. And everything else is just kind of like, okay. Like, I don't know. Like, the story itself is like fine. Nothing revolutionary in my opinion, but visually stunning. Very cool, like VFX. And then the Bee movie at the end.
I'll have to watch it. It's on the list.
A solid
Watch the Bee
2
movie
out of
after.
5. Yeah.
I think I have watched the Bee movie. I just forgot. Yeah.
It is. I don't know why. I don't know. We well, never mind. We have to go to yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's not exactly the last one I watched, but The Gorge kind of stood out to me.
Yeah.
You were there when I watched it. I because I like sci-fi, and I thought it was like a fun new idea, and it ended up kind of being terrible.
What is it again?
It's Queen's Gambit lady versus
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. Anyway, it's these two characters who have to like guard this gorge. Long story short, this like hole with aliens in it.
Oh.
And
star-crossed lovers.
yeah, and they're Russian side, American side, and they're not supposed to talk to each other, but they end up talking to each other, falling in love, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And very cool idea, I thought. But Hayden and I both agreed that the coolest thing about the movie they gave away so quickly, like the secret about like what the whole thing was about, that you're like itching to find out, because it's this gorge and the characters don't know what these creatures are and what the whole deal is, and you're like, oh, like I want to know, and they're falling in love, and you're interested because there's this big mystery. The whole thing is built on this mystery.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, they find out the mystery, and like then it's just kind of an average movie. Besides that, the mystery was doing all the work.
Yeah.
And they just revealed, and then it's like, well, great.
And then there's an hour more of the movie.
And you're like, what? I gotta watch this whole,
We didn't. Did you continue to watch? You watched the rest?
This guy who taught me everything I know about PAing was the second AD on it. And he posted about it, and that's why I ended up watching it in the first place. And I was like, I can't, not finish it. I'm gonna have to hear. I'm meeting with him in April to like catch up, and I want to be able to talk shop.
It's incredible, the gorge.
Yeah.
That's an interesting topic with people. I mean, we all have opinions, and everybody has just something like films that they like and films that they don't like. And now we're working with people that are involved in these films. How do you go about talking to these people if you absolutely love a film or if you absolutely hate a film? Like, how do you talk with your coworker? Do you not talk about it?
Oh, I absolutely talk about it.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Well, I mean, there's a way to be like respectful about it, even if you don't like it. Like, not everything is for everybody.
I also feel like there's a huge difference if it's someone that was creatively involved and not creatively
and then
involved.
Just the person that scheduled everything.
If it's like a crew member, it's like, they're not gonna like, they're like, whatever. Most of the time they're like, a job. It was a job. I like this element about it, or like, I thought it was interesting, but they don't have any no stakes in the game. But if it's like a director or a writer, I feel like
okay,
it feels like a personal attack,
right?
A little bit,
right?
I feel like when I get awkward, like secondhand awkwardness, when I'm in a room with somebody that's like talking about something I've made, not because I'm not like super caring about all the projects that I've made and what they think about it, but because I feel like they're not able to say what they want to say about it. So I'm like absorbing their awkwardness, and it's just like a weird vibe, I feel like.
But I feel like it's interesting because I'm curious what your thoughts are, also being like crew members and things like that on different projects that obviously, like we were saying, you don't have the creative input on those projects. I feel like I find people even networking that like when you talk about a project or a movie or a show that they're on or whatever, they like take ownership over it. And I'm like, you're an assistant. Like, which is, take pride in your work, but it's like, this is our movie. This is our TV show.
That, yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, no, it's a community.
Right.
Yeah. And you're affecting that.
Right. Totally. Which I totally agree. But in the lens,
feels a little weird.
But in the lens of this conversation, though, a part of me is like, because even as a person that has been on crews and has contributed to projects like that, a part of me is like, yeah, of course, you feel like there's a community on set. You put in those long hours. You feel like you're very much a part of something bigger than yourself. But at the same time, I do find this weird, I guess, dichotomy where I like take a step out of it. As soon as I'm out of it, I'm like, half the time I'm not even credited. You know what I mean? Right. Like, where I'm just like, my show. Like, what do you mean my show?
Yeah,
like,
I know a guy who like he PA'd on like a Star Wars thing, and he was like, yeah, like so come out and watch our movie and stuff like that. Which is, he's like, right, but at the same time, I don't know. I would never. I would be like, check out this cool thing I worked on, or I had a chance to work on, whatever. But like, that is not my thing. I don't know. I would never say that.
Right. That's
right.
Yeah. Right. And like, I don't know. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna be like,
No,
You know what I mean?
that is not yours.
Right, because like I get it. I get the feel. I understand like the feeling of like feel like that. Like yeah, I put in the long hours. I am a part of this project. But at the same time, it's not my project. I don't know. I feel like it's interesting in a way.
There was a background person who was on this podcast. I won't say names. He did this really big sci-fi that came out last year as a background actor, and he was just baffled when he watched it because it was really, really popular sci-fi and just completely tanked, and it was terrible. Like he didn't even want to finish it, and he did a lot of like I don't think he had a speaking role, but he was definitely present throughout, and he said it was so interesting to see it and be like, you definitely felt like magic was happening when you were there, and like I mean, especially when your background, you do get to kind of be in it and see everything happen, and it just the sets look so cool, and the everyone just was like high-fiving each other. Can't wait to see this when it comes out, and then like completely just hiding themselves when it actually comes out. It's just it's crazy when I don't know. It's like that. This is our job.
I mean, I just never felt that attachment to the things that I've worked on just as crew members. Maybe it's because my main thing is to make my own things, and so I've always distinguished between the two types of work. Maybe because of that, but I was like never. I don't know. I can't really like understand that at all on like a personal level.
Well, I think that's why we're so good at reality TV is because like we don't have that attachment, and we can make sure it happens. Because I mean, we watch the show some of the shows that we work on, and we just laugh at some of them, at just the whole process of it. But it's also not made for us. We're just really good at making it. I don't know what point I'm trying to say with that. I do, when I talk to somebody who is a part of a film that maybe I don't like, I do try to tread waters of like, what's your opinion on it? What do you think? And see if they have the cultist community of like, I stand by this film, this is so good. 9 times out of 10, it's not really the case. It's definitely the community. There's a lot of good community in a lot of shitty films out there, and a lot of people turn the other cheek because they're just, it's a paycheck.
This is a good segue to talking about the film festival that the three of us went to in LA recently.
Yeah,
the Hollywood Reels Festival, and we went to some of the after party things and talked to some random people there. And I was running that question the entire time, like navigating like, somebody who I might have seen their film, or, they're going to send me, a lot of people just sent me their film afterwards because we weren't able to see all the screenings. Just like, how do I like, what does this person like want? Or like, what, what, yeah. Like, do they want, when they send you like their film, like, hey, looking for feedback. Are they really looking for feedback? It's always like a weird unknown territory. And like you say, you kind of vibe out, like, does this person have a sense of humor about like how maybe their shortcomings on their own thing, or, are they really invested in their own thing? Everybody has like a different relationship with what they made. Yeah, I just kind of got to figure that out.
I think it's interesting also for me, like on my end of it, coming in, I guess, in like development and getting submissions and having that kind of background too. Because in representation, at least when I was working there, it's like unsolicited things. Like I didn't ask for it. People were just sending it to me, which is like on one hand,
like scripts or
films or shorts.
Oh, just shorts.
Okay. Like everything under the sun, because they're just trying, or at least in representation, you're just trying to get like the attention of these reps to get more exposure.
So who's sending you just like random?
Well, like it depends. Like I wouldn't say like everyone under the sun does that, but I do think that like it's such an interesting not like political, but like it's a weird.
It's like social political.
Socially political in that way, where it's like. I mean, even when you're like, at first, kind coming more so from the set side, I'm kind of like, yeah, everyone's just trying to get what they need to do and try to hustle. And you're kind of encouraged, I think, when you're younger to like cold call, cold email, cold send things. But then I think I got into the more corporate side of entertainment and I realized that it's so much more nuanced than that. Like, I feel like I don't want to waste an opportunity to send someone something. And if they realize that I send it to them in like the wrong way, then that opportunity feels wasted. Because I feel like you're kind of taught, especially like when you're doing those things, like you get sent so many things. You already have like these, depending on which company that you're at, like these clients getting sent so much stuff, like there's the fan mail stuff, which absolutely gets like, you know, in one pile. Then there's like these people like us that like want to be recognized and stuff, but it's like you're always told, even if it's like really, like honestly, if it's really good, it's like, no, I can't take that. You need to send it to me via like I worked at a management company, so it's like your agent needs to send it to us. Or someone, or like we would scout you via like, you have to find your way in via like a film festival or something like that they happen to be at, or like whatever, or you have the right people looking at it at the right time.
So like what is the right way, you think, via that film festival?
Yeah,
agent,
I don't know.
Well,
that's why like I find it so interesting, is because I'm still trying to figure it out myself. I feel like, because on one hand, I've noticed, because like going to these events, I'm like, I respect a lot of these like filmmakers, like you both included, that like are actively doing the more, I guess, like creative end in that sense, and like going out there. I think you guys do that more than I do, obviously, but that takes a lot of work, and also like physically, mentally, and also emotionally, to be vulnerable, to put your stuff out there, and then having to network with people that like might not care that you're putting it out there. So it's like when when we're talking about like, how do I talk to people at these events, it's like knowing, I feel like now that I've know some of the things that I've known, not that that seems just so like black and white in a way, it's like, you don't want to discourage that, because I think that is where you find great filmmaking and like the beginnings and custom things that like, but at the same time, it's such, I don't know, it's hard. That's why I think I'm like struggling to answer that, because it is really just like, not even like a vibe thing. That's not even the right way, but it's like,
well, I think once you kind of reach, once you've made a certain amount of things, or for a certain amount of time, you kind of, and recognize that, and that somebody else is kind of in that same spot, you kind of develop this part that doesn't have to be said out loud, which is, yeah, you know, I chose to have to think about this thing for a year, maybe 2 years, because that's how long it takes. But from the first idea to finishing it to festival, blah, 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 that like, we don't have to do like any of the protecting each other from talking about, hey, I wasted you're telling somebody, you know, you wasted your whole life, blah, 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 on this. That kind of goes unmentioned, and you can kind of cut right to like what worked, what didn't work, and because you have kind of this understanding of like, oh yeah, we both toiled at something for a really long time,
right?
And you know, all the ups and downs, and it's never a wasted thing. Like, we learned so much, kind of a thing.
And everybody who was there, which was interesting, was there for a reason. Everyone got selected. Like, everyone at least was like played or was associated with somebody that had their film played at the film festival. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And that's why you could cut straight to the chase of what worked and what didn't work, because it just, everyone was there it was already finished.
Yeah.
And a lot of other network, like when you go to network at a bar or anything, everybody's at different stages. But yeah, in terms of the film festival, it was really good practice just to, one, like, not sell your film, but talk about it in a way of like you of course like want people to see it, and you want to be proud of it. And it was just interesting to be like, how am I going to talk about the things that we did that would engage this filmmaker who also spent a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort into making their passion project happen, or their whatever project that they did happen. So it was a cool, like, you start to realize like for Tendon, we mentioned a lot. I mean, this is a location in Tendon, everybody. Watch the YouTube video if you want to see a location in Tendon. We filmed the sewer in here, and the sewer scene we filmed in here, and we made all these wall flats and everything. And that, for me, when I was talking to people about the film that played at the film festival, it was usually about like our scrappiness of making a like authentically looking scene just with the materials and anything we could get our hands on, and making it look as good as possible through just whatever we could do, whatever we can throw at it. And I think a lot of people were really engaged when I brought that up. And then when we talked about like what kind of lights or what kind of lenses, it like that kind of just like bleh.
Yeah.
So you start to kind of realize what really impacts. Like that's definitely something that a random person could find interesting. If you can get interest in someone who's talking to you, trying to pitch about their project, and they're interested about listening to you about your project, I think you're doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you say that that's kind of the coolest thing about the festival is this kinship. You know, you don't have to chug through the whole bar to find the 3 people that are also kind of on your wavelength. It's like it's just a big setup to just get you to skip all that and be with the people who are right there with you, making the same kind of budget, similar budget, similar kind of movies, learning the similar kind of things, which is nice. That was really nice, I thought.
I feel like that's probably very cathartic. Like you're going on this solo journey as like how many people representing this one film, but like now you get to see all these other people that are also in pockets.
Yeah.
That also just went through this long journey together. I'm sure that's so nice. I mean, it is nice. Like talking to the other people was really lovely.
Yeah.
It felt, I don't know, because also I was telling you both also in terms of like networking, and I feel like that's my goal of this season. Is to get us to network more and to expose ourselves more to more different people. But I think it's like I go to a lot of networking events just for work and things like that. And obviously I'm a little out of touch with being on set for a hot minute, but it's always rinse and repeat kind of energy where it's like we're just regaling over like what assistant are you at? What place are you at? What are you trying to do? Oh, that's cool. How do you whatever. But like here, it's like what you were saying. It's just more like, we all did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool that you did that. How did you do that?
It was really nice because the event we went to, wow, my German accent's really coming out with the V's and the W's today. Nobody was really talking to each other. So, or at least it felt like that. And so when we arrived and we kind of had to, I feel like, broach a lot of the like intermixing, maybe it's because we came a little early, but just kind of cutting right to it. Like, what did you make? What did you do on it? Mm-hmm. And just kind of like skipping the whole thing, which I don't do, but it was really nice that it felt like his face to just kind of like, let's talk about it.
But maybe that's the angle. That's the angle here. It's like, I don't know. I was also coming to terms, like, I think everyone also of our age group, I'm sure has thought about this in the last year, if not more. Like, this industry is a mess. Yeah. I'm like, and I feel like I've been hearing a lot of people lately people that are surprising me that like wanting to choose to leave this industry. Yeah. And I think you asked me a month ago, I would have been like, I would never, ever, ever think about leaving. And not that I admittedly am like changed, but it went from being 100% to like 95% for the first time. I was
really?
like,
what did the 5%?
I think I'm just tired.
Yeah,
I think I'm just tired. And like, I mean, who isn't tired? But like going to these things also made me feel like I am, like privileged in the sense I get to like work a office job and be a part of the action and be a part of so many different things. So like another thing I was thinking of, I'm jumping a little bit, but we were saying like, you're working so long on one thing. Mm-hmm. In my job, I'm working on like 30 things at once. Yeah. And it's also fleeting, and something that you've been working on for like a full, like, so many hours could be gone like that. And you just got to keep it pushing because there's so many other things that are coming up the slate. So it's just like, it's perspective, I guess, on everything, but I don't even remember where I'm going with this, but it's just, it was just really nice to, I guess circling back, it's like, it was really nice to go to that, even if it's just cutting to the chase. It's awkward in the beginning. I think it's just like, there's a appreciation for people that are pulling all this together out of nothing, because there's just so many other influences in this industry that make you feel like none of it matters in that very existential way.
Yeah, no, I definitely
nice.
could see that. With it definitely gave me a little bit more hope. I know there's a lot of people like us that are doing this and trying to just make things happen. A lot of like independent film does exist. Companies are making it very difficult to show that they exist because of other things that we don't need to talk about, what they're doing there, but it like at that festival, you can meet people that like similar to us making a sewer in our garage. I talked to somebody about that, and they're like, oh, we had a sewer scene and we used an escape room and it was only like $30 an hour. And I was like, oh, that's also a really brilliant idea for like a small short budget thing. And so like both of us had this problem that we had, and we both had two different ways to solve it.
Did you talk about to the guy who was like, I showed him a photo of the tunnel for the transition exterior shot, and he's like, we were gonna shoot in that tunnel.
He literally, yeah, that guy.
They also
they knew the exact tunnel because they were also scouting tunnels, and they were like blown away of like, oh my gosh, how was it?
Really wet, really gross.
Yeah. But it did kind of bring that hope in of like, I mean, you're seeing films nowadays that are like hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's like, how could I'm currently trying to fund a film right now, which we can talk about a little bit, but it's like, I'm trying to fund like $14,000 for a short film. And that kind of money kind of baffles me a little bit of just like, how can I, it's a crowdfunding process, and it's like, what can I do to show that this is worth it? And it's a different process for me, and it's just wild that money is used for like bringing bathrooms to a set. Just that alone, my entire budget for
like a single porta potty,
a beautiful film I want to make.
I remember
is bringing a porta potty to set.
I remember working on a show, and they were like, yeah, we need somewhere to put the generator, and the homeowner, the only space we had was this parking lot or this garage driveway, and we had to pay him $14,000 to let us put the generator here. Not even for the generator. Just
my film,
put the generator there.
My film is as significant as a parking spot for money wise. But yeah, no, that's that whole, and like Sam, you talking about like different like you have 30 projects and other people have that like one project. I think I am that kind of person of like, I have a lot of projects I have to work on, but I usually only focus on that one, and it becomes all of me until I burn out, and then I just go on to the next one. And it is tough, but it's like it's why there's a reason why I do what I do, and it's why I want to stay in LA. Like, it's why I think that there is still film happening, even though every day I see less and less jobs, and every day I see more people leaving LA. I do think that just meeting the people at the film festival, and then the stuff that I'm doing and the stuff that we're doing, I still see it happen, and there's still meaning to stay.
Well, I guess that's like why I even like when you both asked me to be a part of this in the beginning, and why I was like so quick, like pretty quick to say yes. I think it's just like, for me, like the jobs that I've been having the past few years, like since leaving, just being on set, are yes, like creatively, like I'm getting involved in so much more things and to a broader scale, but like in the way that you're like, I'm working on one project, but it's your project.
Yeah.
You are the center of that project. I am I'm like not okay, this sounds impartial, but like a cog in the machine. I know that I'm, you know, a team member and I'm part of that, and I'm, you know,
It could be fun to be a cog.
yeah, it's fun to be a cog in a different way. And also it's like, obviously that's just like, also I'm in television. It is just kind of like the way that is, like the way that it rolls out versus like film
Even
features.
the director or whatever is a cog, you know?
Right. I guess in the grand scheme of things. But like, I think you're right in the sense of like, there's always, I feel like the people that are leaving or tend to leave forget the fun and forget the like, why you wanted to do this in the first place. And I think that also has been ringing true to me, even on the corporate side, where I'm like, we get hang up with all these like office politics, all these projects, things and whatever. But at the end of the, and like people, you know, the politicalness, right, of like being in it. And I think us experiencing trying to grow into the industries that we're trying to get into and do the things that we're trying to get into. For me, it's like, I'm thinking about like promotion, right? Like, and things like that. And when you think about things like that, it sucks the fun out of like being there. You know what I mean? In a way.
Yeah.
And so I feel like by doing this, I'm like bringing the fun back of like being a part of entertainment as a whole. And when I have that 5% falter, I'm like, right, but like, why did you join in the first place? Like, why did you come here?
We're keeping you here.
Right. Like, well,
I honestly think
you know what I mean?
this
Like,
is a form of resistance. That's a funny gag. We just got the garage coming in.
hi.
She did know this was happening, but Chris is going to come in right now.
Hi.
Hello.
Poke your head
Does
in.
it look good?
Yeah. We need some context of what just happened.
Does it look good?
Hi, hello.
In this one too.
We got that one.
Double setup.
Oh, yeah.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, I see. Hi. There's nowhere to park on the street, and there's also nowhere to park in this garage. But it looks really good.
Are we being kicked out?
No, of course not.
You can just leave your car outside and leave your car outside.
I'll just walk up the hill.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It's a guilt.
Oh.
It's called.
Oh, is that a thing?
It's
I learned something.
a mixture of.
Should I close the garage?
No, we actually we got one.
We got it. This is a nice breeze. See?
Yeah, air it out mid-interview. If it
Good,
gets too hot.
none of the equipment
If the
falls
takes are too
down
hot.
too. Takes are too hot. Yeah.
See, this is good that we're doing this.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I
Too
thought
hot.
one of you pressed the button. I was like, wait, what?
I know.
I thought Yannick was done.
I thought the HOA was about to throw us out.
Oh, I see.
Well, okay, but
Yeah, okay, back to, but it's like the fun of it, right? Like, it's just like, I feel people forget the fun. And also at the end of the day, all these people that join the entertainment industry are just nerds.
yeah,
Everyone's some sort of nerd. I was a theater nerd. Everyone else I know is a film nerd,
Yeah.
TV nerd.
And I like going back to, like, I do think this is resistance. Like I do think that this is outside of the norm. And Yannick and I were talking about trying to find ways to make more shorts out of this. And a lot of our stuff, I don't feel, is, how would you put it? I was going to say relevant, but that's not the right word. It's like our stuff, we are not making what an algorithm wants you to see. And likewise with a lot of other indie filmmakers out there. And that is going to only help art, whether or not it's going to be flashy or high class, or it's going to help it regardless of giving people an outlet to be creative. And this is one of those outlets of being creative. And that's why we are at Indie Not Films. That's why this exists. And so I do think that this is a small little aspect of a revolution that will create something, or is creating something even more. That's why.
That's so poetic.
Why'd you fizzle out there?
Yeah.
That's what I have to
you
do.
were doing
That
the
was
whole
great.
speech. You ended on
That's all I have to say about that.
That's great.
But yeah.
We should edit in like an eagle caw at the end. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you kind of touched on it, but may as well get into it. Do you want to take us through the process of fundraising? What you did so far, just what you're feeling along the way, ups and downs, the process, where you're at this very moment?
Yeah, so I am crowdfunding a short film. It's going to be about 20 minutes. It's a 15-page script. It's called Tuning In. It's about a young girl who deals with her social anxieties with a connection she has with a radio DJ. And I learned that when you're getting all these things of crowdfunding together, it does, whether or not this works, and the campaign will be out probably it will start a month after this video airs. So stay tuned for that. But I learned how well it makes you connect to your piece. Like I've been writing this script for about 6 years, of just like I said, I would go on one project, I would go on another, kind of put this on the shelf and come back. So for about 6 years, it's been, on my computer and on the shelf, on the computer, on the shelf. And now I'm getting to the point where I really just need to make it. And it's the finances that I feel like that is limiting to the opportunity of the how I want this film to look. And so I am trying to crowdfund in making this happen, and I'm trying to raise $14,000, and I just made, with the process goes into a whole like breaking down. I talked with my girlfriend who is a production manager, and she helped me with managing.
He's no longer single.
He's single, people.
Sorry.
Hanging fruit.
Sorry, y'all.
And way late on that. Sorry.
But
That's one of our updates during that.
She helped me with budgeting in a way that I can kind of bring this budget into a crowd, into a community, and share. Here's the budget breakdown. This is what I need. And honestly, we came up to the lowest minimum of what the project could be, and which is $14,000. And which for me, like I said before, sounds like a shit ton of money, but like you stated, it's a parking lot, or not even a parking space. So like. A lot of my process has been trying to kind of let go of like the kind of imposter syndrome of it all, of like, I'm literally asking for 14,000, and I need to believe that people that care about art, and I believe in my project, and so it should at least get a chance that it can be made. And this campaign is that chance. So it's been really cool to now having this campaign and putting it all into words. And I made a pitch video.
What was that like, making the video?
That was bad. As you could tell from, if you've listened to any of our podcasts, it's unscripted, and it's unscripted for a reason, because I am terrible with scripts, and that's why I'm behind camera, not in front. And I made this whole script. There's so many little things that you need to answer in a 90-second kind of time frame. Pitch videos have to be really tight, have a lot of information, and all, as well as get the viewer hooked to be like, yeah, I'll put $20 in. And so there's a lot of information I needed to say, as well as smiling and trying to engage with a viewer. And like my mind just does not, like, I completely dissociate when I like have words that I have to say, other than like when I'm talking right now, I'm fine because I can ramble and I go on forever, which is another not a good strong suit that I have, of like, I have to now say this concisely. So yeah, the pitch video took I think it was like a 4-hour shoot for 90 seconds of dialogue, and it looks great. And cutting it together, it sounds great, looks great now, and I'm so glad that you can find like it actually looks good. But like throughout the whole process of like 4 hours, I was like, this is not going to cut it. But like it's not because it was just because of me. Like I'm just, which connects to the story. Like I do kind of suffer from social anxieties, and part of that is having to read a script on camera is like one of my worst nightmares. And I had
you
to
should have
like
said this in the video.
in the pitch video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it here. This is
got it.
Supplementary content for
We'll
the
just
pitch
like
video.
send this link to them.
Yeah, we'll clip this.
We'll clip this into your.
But yeah, so it was like crazy how like the whole story is about someone dealing with social anxiety and trying to connect with someone. And here I am doing this pitch video where I'm like dealing with social anxiety and trying to connect with someone that isn't in front of me.
Okay, so you finished the video, you got all the materials together, and then you send it, and you're doing Seed and Spark.
Yeah.
Which is what's unique about Seed and Spark?
So Seed and Spark, it's specific to film. It's pretty much Kickstarter for film. There is the catch of, it's not like a GoFundMe where you just like keep on funneling whatever money you get. You do have to reach a goal to the project. So with a $14,000 budget, I need to at least make 80% to have the project be greenlit. That comes to around like a little bit less than like $12,000 in order for like me to actually receive the money. So it's kind of like all in or bust thing. And so
and before this, which I thought was really interesting, they actually gave you, this is how it's going to sound like a Seed Spark promo, but I don't know, maybe we don't even like it at the end, but they actually like gave you like really specific notes about what to change, right? Which I thought was really weird for like a giant company to get that specific on their project.
Yeah, so I'm going through, I actually spent all day today going through all the feedback notes that they gave me. They said that we give you feedback and then you send it back and then we'll approve you to then like for you to put the project live. And when they said that they'd give me feedback, I was like, okay, they're probably going to put it through like some automated AI and it's going to be like, your pitch video was 93 seconds and should be 90. And so, but when I sent it in, I like within like 2 hours, I got like a real person sending me a message. Hey, love what you got. Here's a few changes. And more so like they did say that I didn't really need to change, anything. If I wanted to put it live right now with what I had, I could, but here are things that we have seen, that has been successful from past projects that have been greenlit. So
I didn't know that.
Change your, so like change your incentives, the things that you get when people donate to your film. And then I changed my mission statement to like change to reflect things that they thought would be better for me to say. But it was all for like, it was very supportive. I mean, they get something out of it too. They get, I think they get 5% of the total. So it kind of, it's an incentive for them, for the project for the money to get paid out.
5%.
Yeah.
Making a killing.
There's a lot of films that go on there too, a lot of successful ones. So I think, but I appreciated that like the feedback was from a person and it was like a bullet point, like here's all the things you could do to make this as good as can be. So I'm resubmitting tomorrow with all the changes that I've done.
Oh, and with that, we're gonna start a newsletter for Indie what would you call it? The Indie Naughties?
Yeah. So we've changed our, you people, listeners, fellow listeners, you are now our indie naughties. Indie naught.
So like you don't have a choice. You just
No, you're now our
Indie naughties.
you don't want to be one. Well, you're one.
Well,
so.
too bad. You're indie naughty.
You are so
You're indie naughty. And if you would like,
Weird sexual spin on this.
we're gonna do monthly newsletters, just kind of giving
Whoa,
you
monthly.
Yeah, monthly. It's really easy to do a newsletter.
I would say quarterly. We'll talk about it.
We'll
Okay.
talk about it.
I
We're
think a
gonna
monthly-
workshop it. I think a month goes by pretty quick.
Okay, quarterly at least newsletters that will feature projects that we're doing, film festivals that we've gone into, and maybe like little brief behind the scenes moments of stuff. Very, very brief stuff. But if you want to catch up with what we do as Indie Knot, there will be a link in the description for letting you put your email and be an Indie Naughty today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a viewership like downward spike. Like,
So you were like, "Where's our old set? Where's the old energy?"
yeah, hate comments.
I want the table.
I want.
Wow. Well, and we'll also put. I don't know if you mentioned this, like screenings that we like festival screenings that we got coming up. For example, we got Amdocs coming up this weekend. Yeah, this weekend. Which are you going to that? That's it. Putting you on the spot here. I don't remember if you said if you are or not.
It really depends on my work schedule, unfortunately.
All good. I'll be there. It's for a documentary. Hayden won't be there, but I'll be there. It's for a documentary that we did. And so we're going to get to try the whole film festival thing.
A climbing
Again, a different version, a
documentary.
documentary version of it. Climbing documentary, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cool one.
Yeah. So stuff like that we'll put in it. So if we have any screenings coming up, it'll all be in there. You'll know what's up.
Maybe some fun things.
There
that's fun.
will be fun things.
Just like, okay, yes, yeah, right.
a
You're
single
right.
fun Sam thing.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll just contribute just a
Sam's
little.
favorite candy or whatever was also going to be in
It's
there.
like what you should get at the movie theaters this quarter. This is the order.
Sam's hot tip.
My hot take. My written out hot take.
Sam's hot tip.
Hot tip for something related to film or TV or something. I'll do a little thingy. I'll contribute.
So as far as changes we want to do in this season, one was this setting, which I think we're getting closer to a little bit more production value, a little bit more, an edge to it. You're going to be seeing a lot of pretty cool guests. We talked about our lineup and we got some pretty cool guests coming in and I don't know what else.
We have our kickoff.
Yeah.
We're here to have fun this season.
Updates since last.
I have a new job. Doing the same thing. Still in TV development, just at a different studio. So that's exciting.
What's the studio?
I'm now at Warner Brothers.
Wait, I think there's.
I
wanted that one.
And I got so close to meeting you on the lot like four
So
times.
close.
Oh yeah, Sam actually brought me
Yeah.
the little
We did a little
lunch
lunch.
party. We walked around.
We did. That could
Showed me her usual walk.
Yeah. When I do a walk, I showed Hayden my little walk.
I'm actually repping today.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the big WB.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. What else have I been doing? Having fun. Trying to do more of that.
What year is it this year?
Right. This year I told myself that I was gonna
Go to Coachella.
I'm going to Coachella. That's to be happening. My last year was a year of a revival of sorts of my life, and now this
No,
year.
that's not what you called it.
Okay.
Second coming or something?
No.
It's my.
Oh, the year.
Can I just say? Yeah, it was my year of cunt. I was.
Wait, that's this year or last year?
No,
That
that
was
was
last
last
year.
year.
And what's this year?
This
That's what I'm
year
asking.
was like it's kind of like leveling up. I told myself I was like, Arnie, you're like it's It's like it's not like I guess in a shorter way, and I don't.
It's not gonna beat Year of Cunt.
It's not as catchy as the Year of Cunt. It's like I guess people keep saying it's the Year of the Dog. However, I like in the sense of like I'm like I got that dog in me. Like I'm the dog. I'm like feral.
The dog.
We're going feral. We're going crazy. We're getting stupid. We're just going after it. Getting at like.
I thought that's what the year
let the dog
last
out.
year was.
No, that was the Year of Cunt.
Very different.
I'm
Year
sorry.
of
Right. What?
So like I don't know how to explain.
You get the dog in
You got the dog.
You got that dog.
You got that dog in you. It's coming out. Leash off.
All right.
Like bark. Like we're getting out there. We're getting out there. We're leveling up.
We're doing
like,
it.
The Year of Cunt was just like a little entryway into like let's start anew. Let's get into this headspace. And now I'm like, all right. We got there. We're getting there. Oh, I fractured my ankle. Now I'm recovered. That's new. Since then, that was part of the Year of Cunt. And now the
Do you want
dog.
to explain how you fractured your leg as
I
well?
did a little jig. I was having a little too fun on Halloween. And I slipped. And turns out my ankle is already pre-broken on one side because it was a chip fracture. On one side I slipped and then I fractured the other side. And they're like, well, 2 fractures is not great. You can't walk anymore. So
They cancel each other out.
yeah, right. Actually, it just makes it the strongest ankle on the planet. So I did that. But yeah, no, this year it's about leveling up. It's the Year of the Dog.
Year of the Dog.
We're
everyone.
gonna go
Gonna
after
get that
it.
dog in
Gotta
us.
get that dog in us.
And it's coming out.
It's good. Baja
Who
Man.
let it out?
Like the Baja Man. Who let the dogs out? That dog is me.
The dog let himself out. Herself out.
I am the dog. It's the Year of the Dog.
Year of the Dog.
It's the Year of the Dog. So
Well, I hope you all enjoy.
I was born on the Year of the Rat. Sorry.
We're all Year of the Rat.
no, I'm 97.
Oh, yeah,
I'm the
it's
Year of the
Year of the
Ox.
Squirrel or something. Ox?
Squirrel. Is that
I'm sorry.
It's the
not
year,
one of
the
them.
Year of the Ox. What?
Is squirrel one of the
No.
Zodiac?
No.
It's not Zodiac.
Is it Zodiac?
Yeah, it's the Chinese
Yeah,
zodiac.
Zodiac.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's because it's like a whole. We don't need to get into it. I'll explain it later.
Yeah, link to the Wikipedia to the Chinese.
The story.
Zodiacs,
It's
whatever.
the giant race. Yeah. Year of the Dog, but not related to the Chinese zodiac at all. Just completely different.
Well, get ready
Go
for
that dog.
season
Oh.
4.
season 4. Haven't made it yet. I'm Sam.
I'm Hayden. This is Haven't Made It Yet, an Indie Not production, hosted by Hayden Garrett, Sam Hong, and Yannick Garrett. Music produced by Harrison Garrett. Want to become an Indie Naughty today? Join our mailing list, link in the description. Have an idea for our next guest? Email us, indienotfilms@gmail.com. Support us by leaving a review and rating us on anywhere you listen to podcasts.